Get it. Good. Let's start it again. Hello, friends of the Skyblivion project. Fantastic to see all of you here with us. I hope everyone's doing well. You know, under these unfortunate circumstances. I'll get started in just a second. All right. Trying to use a laptop as a second monitor to read chats, which is not really working out so far. I really need to buy a second monitor for these streams. How's the quality, everyone? I changed the streaming settings to stream at 1440p, which will hopefully allow you to see a lot more cool, crisp details when I walk through the game. Only downside is it might cause stutters, but we'll see how that affects the stream. Hey, thanks for the follow. Hey, Antrodo, Martin, Mac, Waluigi, Dova, Zach, how's it going? Cheers for the kind words, appreciate it. How's development been going? I imagine everyone being in lockdown has helped immensely. Yes and no. For some people it has cleared up their schedule, and for some it has made life a bit more hectic. I know for me personally, I work from home. And I was expecting to have more free time now that I didn't have to travel to work. But because of the corona crisis, work itself has actually been a lot more, like a lot busier than usual. But you know, Skyblivion is always my priority. Okay, so don't worry about it. But yeah. Let's see, pop-out chat. I love this song, so good. Where's everyone from today? I myself am from the Netherlands. We are well known for our cheese, our windmills, our abuse of marijuana. Where are you guys from, and what is your country known for? UK, Canada, US of A, New York. Oh, hope you're doing well there then. Hope you stay safe. Belgium, Texas, Colorado, Ireland, France. Canada, España. Melbourne. Oh, Australia. Cool. Bratwurstland. Germany, gotcha. South Australia. As long as there's shrimp on the barbie, eh? Mother Russia, you know vodka. Very good. Finland. Alright, very diverse. Nice, I like it. Welcome. Okay, the game is already running. We're just gonna switch over. I'll get rid of the chat. I was just talking to someone on the development team. How nice it would be to have a stream deck. Because you can use a stream deck to toggle between scenes when you're streaming. And I can't do that, and it annoys me. Okay, there we go. Yep. Oops, forget one more thing. Alright, can you guys can you guys see the stream? Do we have a visual? Yes, we do. Fantastic. Okay, let me pause the music. Or actually, you know what? I'm gonna keep the music on. I'll put it down a little bit. Because a lot of the new music hasn't been implemented in game yet. This way you can still hear it. Is there no audio? No. Okay, nothing a reboot can fix. Crisp 1440p. Yep, I changed the streaming settings. I have a new processor which can handle it well, I hope. Ah, there we go. Okay, you know what? Maybe it's better to use in-game audio, in-game music. A bit less confusing. You've had a shitty couple of days? Well, sorry to hear that, and I hope things get better. This is a place for positive vibes, though, and nothing is more positive than the beautiful, beautiful Cyrodiil right in front of our eyes. Pizza restaurants should really be deemed essential. We need pizza. I can live without, if I'm being honest, because I love pizza, but I always get the margarita or mozzarella, and mozzarella is just a fancy way of saying margarita with extra cheese. And especially now, you know what I really enjoyed during this whole lockdown thing is cooking, because there's no, like, normally I would have to spend an hour traveling from work back home, and now I don't have that commute time anymore. So I'm, you know, when I'm done working, I'm done working. I can you know, get to the kitchen and whip up something nice, like I don't know, really like what's it called? Why am I blanking on this? Curry is super nice because you can use anything, any vegetables you have left. Throw it in a pan, cook it, get some rice, noodles, whatever you like. Make it vegetarian, make it the opposite, all chicken. Possibilities are endless. You hate cooking? That's a good rule. Yeah, so D in chat says his rule is that you should be spending more time eating food than preparing it, which is why he doesn't like to cook. Honestly, that's a valid point. I'm not gonna argue with that. Oh. Someone there? Oh.
Now you're mine. Now you'll pay.
Anticlimactic battle. Nah. Cyber needs to nav match this. Oh yeah. But first we need to finish the wait, is SKC? What is? First we need to finish vanilla and then we can move on. A good cursed maze? Yes, it is. Oh, so many cool weapons. I'm having trouble picking them. Hello? Number 9? Is that another thing? Okay. Cursed mine. So that's essentially the entrance of my social life. Oh, that looks so good. Talking about cursed, this is the cursed mace. What a fucking chunker. I want to see if I can bash in someone's skull with this. And now I'm disoriented. What would we? Is that where we came from? Yeah, it is. So today's stream doesn't really have a schedule or a plan. What I'm doing is I'm gonna be taking screenshots for my landscaping review. Every other month we and by we I mean the department leads will review we'll review the work of their department's members. And among other things, I'm the department lead for the landscaping. So I get into the game and kind of highlight everything that's fantastic and things that need improving. And try and have a discussion and conversation with the people working on the area so they can explain why they did something the way they did. Oh god. Can we stop with the combat music now, please? Here we go. I don't know why there's a chest here, but it belongs to someone. What release date are we shooting for? We don't have a release date, we have a release plan. We want to release this before the Elder Scrolls 6. As you can see, the game, like visually is shaping up quite nicely. A lot of the work that remains is 3D, you know, remaking assets, and quest implementation. We will have a video soon, which will be the first part of our. Let's turn down the volume a little bit so you guys can hear me better. We'll have part 1 of our development diary online soon-ish, like in the next couple of months, to give you better insight in you know, what it takes to recreate Oblivion, because there's a lot of work going on behind the scenes that you guys don't get to see. But yeah, we don't have a release date because it's volunteer work. It's very hard to estimate when we'll be done, because on a week-to-week basis we don't know how much time we'll have to actually invest in the project, which makes it near impossible to, you know, estimate an actual release date. But we do try to stay focused. We have a goal set for ourselves. We have what's called an MVP, or a minimal viable product. You know, a lot of people on the team, myself included, are perfectionists, and ideally this game, or Skyblivion as a free mod, it's technically still called, ideally I would release it in a 100% complete state, with the utmost polish, but I think what's best for the project and what's best for the community is we release the game as soon as we have a playable product, where most of the quests function as they should, most of the creatures are in game, and most of the landscape is finished. And we're getting quite close to that, not gonna lie. The biggest hurdle, I think, will be the quests, for which we need people with very specific skills that are very hard to come by. Am I correct in that NPCs won't have Oblivion voices and no Oblivion music? You are incorrect. We're using Oblivion's soundtrack. Can we not? Okay. We're using Oblivion's soundtrack. We're adding a few tracks of our own. Specifically for all the different regions, we're adding custom music. We have a few extra dungeon tracks, but mostly we're trying to focus on exploratory music, because those, you know, need the most. Mercy! What's the word? The most. Ooh, cool bottle. Variation. But yeah, we're not replacing the originals, and with voice acting, we're not redoing voices. There will be an easy way to install Oblivion's original voice files. But, you know, we're already spending a lot of time on remaking assets, and organizing a voice acting department would be a nightmare. So that was a conscious decision made to not revoice every NPC. What are the skills needed for quest recreation? We need programmers and software engineers. And not just programmers either. Our lead, our coding lead, who started this whole journey, is actually someone who has worked at Intel, has worked at Microsoft, which is precisely why it's so hard to find these people, because on the normal job market, these guys are very valuable. They're very sought after. They're highly sought after, and you know, a lot of them have better things to do than work on a project for free. Whereas, for instance, with 3D artists, work on a project such as this is probably the best thing you can do to build a portfolio. But for programmers, working on this, honestly, it is nothing but voluntary. There's very little to gain from it as far as experience goes. And unless you want to land a job in the gaming industry, it's not gonna do too much for you, I'm afraid. What armor is this? This is the new arena armor that we remade. The heavy arena armor, specifically. Thank you. Yeah, we redesigned the light and heavy arena armor, and also, of course, the Raiment of Valor, which is the reward for completing all the arena fights. Where's the grass at? For the Gold Coast, the landscaper has removed all the grass to make it easier to work on the area, because the grass for the Gold Coast were very bad. And yeah, so she temporarily removed them. I will admit that it looks a bit weird without grass. It looks very empty. Which just goes to show how powerful a tool something as simple as grass is to make the world feel more lush and authentic. Because this area looks fucking fantastic when there's at least, you know, a subtle amount of grass on the floor. Right now it just looks kind of barren and empty. Oh, actually, yeah, the ground texture, this is not the final texture for this area. We're gonna go with something a little bit more dry, yellowy, which the grasses will have to match. But I'm curious, because what I'm doing today, and what I'm, you know, taking you guys with me on, is a review run of the landscaping areas. So if you guys have opinions, if you see anything you like or dislike, it is actually very helpful if you let me know in the chat, so I can put that in my my review for the area. I really love this ruin. Love the way it looks. Oblivion Annie, nice. How long have you been building this? Me personally would be since 5 years. 5 years, a little bit over 5 years, yeah. Is this where you get Valorant drops? Yes. It's a shame it's raining because, especially the Gold Coast, such a nice area when it's sunny. Come on, son, I believe in you. A sunset-ish kind of vibe. That's not bad. There you go. apart from the missing grass, this area looks really cool. I think Gold Coast might be one of my favorites. It was my favorite in Oblivion, you know, in the original. And I love it even more now for obvious reasons. What's really cool about Anvil, which is the city of the Gold Coast region, or the capital I should say, is that we rebuild it using Oblivion's original concept. So in the original Oblivion, the city is very small. I think it's about this big and its shape is very odd. But there's a piece of concept, I think from when the game was announced, they showed some concepts for Anvil, which looked more or less like this. With this being the lower class district, the cathedral, upper class, middle class. And it's so much nicer because there's a better distinction between poor, rich, middle. There's more room in the city to walk around in. We added this really cool inner bay with a waterway, a water door. Not sure how to call this. But it's so much nicer. It looks so good. And it might be one of my favorite redesigns of this project. I mean, obviously we're redesigning a lot. We're redesigning the UI. We're redesigning, you know, how the world physically looks. Redesigning armor sets, as you can see, making cool, unique weapons. But this one, for some reason, I love Anvil so much. Every time I hear Anvil, I go, my rats, my rats. I wonder why. The landscaper working on this area, by the way, is called Cynthia, who also has some really cool mods on the Skyrim Nexus. Maybe you've heard of her. Do you guys have anyone to advise on how different biomes should look like, how rock formations are made, plants native to different biomes, water erosion? Yes, generally these are topics that I go over in my design documents for the different regions, which the landscapers are handed out before they get their claims. And, you know, generally we repeat these throughout development. But for instance, the Gold Coast is using sandstone. Sandstone, a lot of loose sand, to give it that Mediterranean vibe. Blackwood is using a lot of mud. And wow, what's this stone called again? Well, anyway, to answer your question, yeah, there's very specific designs for all different regions. This is also quite cool. These are the new horses, which, as you may notice, are a lot slimmer than Skyrim's. They have a really nice shine to them as well. Let's see if I can gallop them into the sun a little bit. Might be a little bit too bright. I've never rode a horse bareback, but I imagine this would be quite painful. Hello, skeleton man. How fare thee? Okay. Serena said, finally a horse that doesn't require a wide load sign on the road. To be on the road. Yeah, I guess Skyrim's horses fit the climate. Like, they're very sturdy, very big. They're kind of like they're literally plow horses, I think. I'm not a horse guy, okay? I don't know my horse breeds, but they remind me of plow horses. Whereas Cyrodiil had very slim horses, which are more bred for speed. So of course, you know, for Skyblivion we had to use those, or remake those, and not use the originals. What was that maze? I think I missed when we talked about it. This is the cursed. Oh. This is the cursed maze, which is it is a unique item. Well, it wasn't a physical unique item in Oblivion, but it had a unique name, so we gave it a cool redesign. Show the ceiling of the tent again, please. You mean this, or the transparency when you're looking to the sun? I fucking love this. Look. Okay, so that's where the sun is. And the cloth actually reacts to light. It's such a small thing, but I love it so much. If you're on Twitch, Skyblivion D is on the team. Yes, he is our one of our landscapers, and he specifically works on the Blackwood region, which we will have a look at. Why is this here? I don't think it's supposed to be. Hey, Shadow. If you change the time, does the 10 change? Oh yes, it does. You know what? We might come back to that later, because I really like this, what do you call it, late afternoon color we get from the sun. Very warm, very fitting to the Gold Coast region. You haven't slept? Come on, man. We need you well rested. Honestly, whenever I have a shitty day, the best thing in the world is just to boot up Skyblivion and see how far we've come. I'm so immensely proud of the developers, the volunteers who've helped us over the years get to where we are, and I cannot wait. Honestly, I cannot wait to get this done and into the hands of all of you. Something funny is that during our last trailer, we showed off this area. And what was it? I think it's this shop. There's supposed to be a typo in the shop sign, and as you can see, we have made a new texture for it. But we forgot to add the typo back in. So it's now spelled correctly, which is, I guess you could say it's a bug, because it's supposed to be it's supposed to have a typo. Also, something funky is going on with our lanterns. I don't know why, but they turned bronze. Do you think this will work with the Skyrim VR system? Yeah, it should work just fine. Are you looking for any character artists? Yes, dude. Yeah, we're looking for all kinds of 3D artists, to be honest. If anyone's watching this right now, and if you have experience creating 3D artists or 3D models, we are always looking for people like yourself to help us with recreating assets. And if you're a Skyrim modder watching right now, we also need nav meshers, interior designers. We need people to help with implementing 3D assets. So, honestly, we could really use some help. The more people help, the faster it gets done. Honestly, it's that easy. Let's take our mighty steed. Oh yeah, totally forgot to announce that as well. But Shadow has joined us on Twitch as well now. You may recognize Shadow if you are on our Discord server. He is the department lead for the creatures and characters. So if you're still here, he will be the guy that you'll work with the most. But he's in Twitch as well, and he actually made these horses. Now in the final game, they should also have unique stats, such as how fast or slow they will move. Because in Oblivion you had different breeds of horse, and I think the painted horse was the cheapest one. And the black horse was the most expensive, and the reason for that was, and this is something I really like about Oblivion, the reason for the increased price on the black horse was that it was a lot faster. The black horse was the fastest horse you could get in Oblivion, from the standard breeds anyway, which made it worth the amount of gold it cost, even though in Oblivion it was a lot harder to farm gold. It's a lot harder to get gold compared to Skyrim, so buying a horse was actually like a pretty hefty investment. You couldn't craft weapons and armor to resell at stores for like an insane profit either. So once that money was gone, it was gone. It would take you a good while to get it back. Hey man, I really want to subscribe. I appreciate that. I don't have subscriptions enabled on Twitch though. The only thing that this area needs is waves. Then it's perfect. This area we're walking through right now is originally made, or molded, I should say, by Clef J. And then further perfected by Cynthia, who is the landscaper currently responsible for the Gold Coast area. Is it supposed to be without grass everywhere? Yes, for the moment, the landscaper working on this area has removed all the grass to make it easier to work on the area, because the grass makes it hard to see hidden objects, stuff like that. Plus, to be fair, our grass is really ugly. So she removed it for that reason, and grass will be re-added soon. Give me a second, everyone. Wow, there's 530 people on the YouTubes and 200 on Twitch. Wow. Thanks, guys. Appreciate everyone stopping by. I'm from Indonesia, big fan. Hey, thanks. Wish I knew how to say thank you in your language. Won't it make it harder to not know how it would look with grass? Not really. Grass is painted on. And it's not, the grasses aren't final anyway, so like right now, let's see if I can find a patch of grass by any chance nearby. No, not really. The grass for this area was ridiculous. It was a placeholder, but still, even for a placeholder, it was insane. It was about as high as the player character. It came up to your shoulders. You volunteered multiple times in the past without a response. You should always get a response if you volunteer for the project.
That spell looks dangerous. Keep your distance.
Okay. There's a chance that obviously you're not accepted. But once that happens, you should get a message from one of our department leads saying why. Give you some feedback to help you improve your portfolio. Because as much as Skyblivion needs volunteers, and as much as we try to work with anyone that offers, we do require people to have certain level of individuality and skill. We're not an organization that's able to teach you as you would at a regular job or an internship or at a school. Because we already have so much time that we're spending on making this game, that spending more time on teaching people how to do things simply isn't viable. We tried to do that in the past, quite a lot actually, and I can tell you, like myself personally, I think I don't want to say wasted, but I've spent a good, like a few hundred hours on people who in the end didn't manage to get up to the level of quality that we require, or simply weren't invested enough to finish their claims, which is unfortunate and it's understandable. It's a volunteer project, but that's why we stopped accepting people that were maybe on the edge of being good enough as far as their art goes to contribute. It is unfortunate, but it's a hard decision we had to make in order to improve the project internally. Because in the end, the goal is to get this done, and if we spend more time teaching people than we do getting actual work done, then that's an obvious blocker that's keeping us from succeeding. You may know this from the Mage's Guild questline, actually. Yeah, talking about quests, what is your favorite quest from Oblivion? Because when people ask me which game I like better, Oblivion or Skyrim, and why, there's no definitive answer. Both games have their strengths and their definite weaknesses. But I will say that the best thing about Oblivion, even almost 10 years after the fact, no, over 10 years after the fact, is that Oblivion's writing was amazing. Oblivion's quests are so well written. There's so much humor in some of the quests, and there's so much like random goofy shit that it kind of works for the setting that this game is in. I love it to death because of that. Yeah, I'm trying to get out of this canyon because past these hills or past these cliffs is the area of the Colovian Highlands, which I want to get to next. But the conscious decision was made to kind of block the player from Just walking in and out of the area. But I know there's a pathway somewhere. Oh, there it is. Yeah, I can use console commands, but I won't. People have caught me cheating a few too many times already. The Cyrodiil quest in Shivering Isles was cool. Reuniting the two, yeah, the true brothers of Coral. That one was really funny. I remember the drunk one, like, I don't know you, and I don't care to know you. First time you walk up to him, saying there's an imposter, besmirching his good name. Sure, buddy. Sure thing. Ow, hello. This is a good example. So people were asking why the grass was removed in that area, and this is why. These were the grasses that we had in the Gold Coast, and they are ridiculous. They are placeholders, so it's not really that big a deal, but for a landscaper to work when the grass is as high as the character itself, that's a problem. And these are much nicer. These are for the Colovian Highlands. Which regions of Cyrodiil are not ready at all? None. I don't think. I think the area between the Gerald Mountains and the Heartlands is the least finished. Okay, I kind of want to find a little camp and snooze for a little bit before moving on. Hello there. Probably not a good idea. Maybe it is. Oh, there's enemies nearby. Can't do this. Yeah. Fine, we'll use cheats. How's the quality of the stream, everyone? Because we changed the settings, so it's streaming in 1440p now, which should be a lot crisper. But it might fuck up the smoothness of it a little bit. There, down, bro. Little Ben camp. Well, he's great. Awesome. Yeah, you can really see we need more nav meshers to help us out. Without nav mesh, the AI doesn't know where to go. This is a bit of an odd area. in Cyrodiil. It's the Colovian Highlands, which is kind of a drier, rigid mountain area. Where we should be going is up there somewhere. I think, I'm not sure, we may have gone past the passage into the mountains, making it a little bit boring. We'll get up there soon enough. Quick question, yeah, shoot. Questions are what I'm here for. Is Knights of the Nine going to be in Skyblivion? Yes. Do you like the shine of the armor, or do you want it more shiny? I think the current shininess is good. I think too much shine will look weird. It also kind of depends on the armor set itself. Will there be beta testing? I think there will be a beta, but the beta will be our first release. Like, it'll be the first public release of Skyblivion, after which we will continue to work on it, you know, bug fixing, improving the game, adding more content, and working on the DLC. But there will not be such a thing as a closed beta. Either everyone gets it or no one does. Can you save your VODs? We save some, not all. I like this canyon, it's very cool. Will people be able to make add-ons for this project, for Skyblivion? Yes, of course. Skyblivion is just as moddable as Skyrim itself. And we will have our own dedicated page on Nexus Mods. So that won't be a problem. After the release, how often are you planning on releasing patches like fixes and add-ons? Of course, we will keep improving the base game where we can. If there's obvious bugs, we'll try to mediate those. But after the initial release, our focus will be on the DLC first and foremost. Or at least most of our resources will go towards those. But yeah, of course, we will keep improving the base game as best we can. I love the trailers. Whoever's making them is doing a great job. Oh, thanks, man. I used to do the trailers myself, but since then, or since the last video, we have a new guy. Pontus is his name. He's now our dedicated video editor, and we have someone else who will be introduced with his first video soon on YouTube, who will be working on documenting the project with me. We will be doing a development, kind of like a behind the scenes, the making of Skyblivion, similar to what Skywind did. But with our own twist, of course. He said, "This is where I wanted to go, but I couldn't find the way up." Oh, it was we walked past it. Stupid. Okay, let's pretend we didn't cheat. Hey, brother man. Hey, dude. Has the outbreak... No. It for me personally, not so much. But there's definitely people on the team who are now not able to work as much on the project, and on others who, you know, have more free time because of the outbreak. So yeah, it kind of depends on who you ask. Are you planning on doing any lore-friendly additions, such as NPCs, encounters, etc.? Oh, man, dude, there's so much extra content in Skyblivion. There's villages, small cities, settlements, hunting camps, extra ruins, extra dungeons, more caves. NPCs will, of course, be used to populate those. But yeah, there's a ton of extra lore-friendly content. We also took a lot of the lore from previous and later games who talk about Cyrodiil and added in content that they mentioned, such as, I don't know, a mountain pass, for instance, or a border gate, which wasn't present in the original game, just to give it a bit more character. This is actually, what we're walking towards right now is a good example. This place is called Applewatch, I think, from memory. And it's a very small settlement with a couple of farmers and an inn. This guy brews his own meadery, or his own mead, and he's a how do you say, a retired soldier from the Imperial Legion, and he has now made this part of the Clovian Highlands his home. It's a very cool little area. Let's see if I can use the free camera real quick, display it a little bit better. But yeah, little stuff like this is what we try to add to the world to make it feel a bit more populated and give all of you something interesting to come across. Oh, there she is. Architecture looks amazing. The house you just saw were made by Andre, the lower class architecture. This is also interesting to show off. I talk about this quite frequently when I do these streams. But you can see the transition area really well right here. The areas between Clovian Highlands, the West Weald, and the Great Forest. There's a slot of land in between that's barren and empty. That's where the locations are getting sewn together. We leave those empty because if all three landscapers work on their claims at the same time, there will be conflicts on merging them. So one person has to patch everything together, make a smooth transition, make it look cool, make it look pretty, but most importantly, just make it feel and look natural, which is a very difficult job, to be honest. But yeah, look at that. Look at how cool that looks. To give you guys an idea, Oblivion's actually, like, the map itself is bigger than Skyrim. Right? So, what we're making is bigger than, you know, one of the most played RPGs we've been playing to death for the last 10 years almost. Did you know there would be merge conflicts from the start, or did you change after you had issues? We always knew something like this could happen, so we did it like this from the very beginning. But I won't lie, during the course of development, we have made a lot of mistakes and we learned a lot. We spend a lot of time fixing things that could have been avoided, for instance. But you know, it's all part of it. Show us Bruma. We'll get up to Bruma in a little bit. We're just taking our time traveling through the countryside. It's another small little farm. This wasn't here in original Oblivion, it's just something we added. And there will be a lot of those. Just little things to make the world feel a little bit more alive, lived in. How many people are currently working on the project? I would say active members we have about 30, 40. Is Stade still doing weathers? Yeah, he's going to be improving our weathers for Special Edition. So we can at least keep using his weathers and improve on those instead of starting from scratch. Actually, you know what's really cool about this area? I'm not gonna go there, but there's this really neat hidden valley. You almost can't see it. This looks like it's just a mountainside, but in between these two cliffs is a hidden valley, and it's absolutely beautiful. It's very, very mysterious and very, I don't know, it has something magic about it because it's hidden, it's kind of misty. There's a very pretty waterfall at the end. But that's where I think Skyblivion excels as an RPG. It rewards exploration so much in a very subtle way. There's no question marks or hidden map markers that you can see from a distance. You just have to be curious. You just have to ask yourself, you know, what's beyond this cliff? Is there anything beyond this cliff? How do I even get to that area? And for people to take the time to, you know, try and find out, there's a nice little reward at the end. You wonder the same thing. Well, maybe we can have a look. Will there be patrols? Yeah, there will be dynamic events throughout the world. At least that's the plan. We don't have any implemented yet. How are interiors coming? We actually have one interior artist in chat right now, Annie. And I would say it's going fairly well so far. Hey Mako, welcome. Welcome to the stream. There's other Xatax. Where is she? Is she in chat right now? Are you not a moderator, Xatax? I'm sorry. Reach your bounties. Honestly, it does sound pretty cool. Let's get out of here. stream looks so serious until you see the deer. Yeah, the reason why the deer in game are currently just looking at you headbanging is because there's no nav mesh. And the AI, you know, we are pretty intelligent beings. We see a rock and think, okay, if I jump, I can get to the tippy top, right? And if I jump down this, I can walk to our right. But AI needs us, or needs someone, to basically draw a map. So what nav meshing is you draw triangles connecting them together, which show the area that the NPCs can traverse across. Without nav mesh, they kind of just stay in place where they spawn and do nothing, because according to, you know, them, there's nowhere to go. They know they're supposed to attack me or flee from me, but they don't know where to go because there's no nav mesh. Was your height map already this well formed, or did you guys do a lot of manual landscaping? Oh, this is all manual, my friend. We did use Oblivion as a base, obviously, but there's a lot of handmade, or well, most of this is handmade landscaping. Oh yeah, but we're gonna go to the Gerals, not to Coral. The YouTube viewers wish you to know you want, or they want you to read their questions as well. Yeah, I'm very sorry for the people watching on YouTube. The thing is, I don't have 2 monitors to read chat. I only have 1 monitor and a small laptop next to me, which is currently showing the Twitch chat. So if you have questions, you know, hop on over to Twitch. There's a link in the description, and you know, ask them there. I am sorry we have to do it like this, but it's either or, and on Twitch it's a bit easier to moderate the chat, to read questions. And YouTube, it's a bit too hectic for me, so I will miss a lot more if I check out that frequently instead of Twitch. Let's add a shovel to reward the landscapers. Call it Landscaper's Bane. We actually have a pretty cool shovel. What's it called? Oh, it's a hoe. Never mind. Is it not in game? What? No, I'm sure we have something of a unique weapon. It's either a shovel or a hoe. Another headbanging deer. I bid thee farewell. Do you need any voice actors? I'm afraid not, no. But Skywind, I think, is still looking for voice actors, and Beyond Skyrim as well. Both fantastic projects with fantastic people. So, you know, definitely give those a try if you're looking to lend your voice. I only use a controller. Will everything work fine with it? Yeah, dude. We even have... where do you do this? Controls? Yeah, controls. We even have, as part of our new UI, keys. We have these for consoles as well. Controllers will work just fine with Skyblivion. Don't you worry. Yeah, so someone asked, is there an area that's still very far from being finished? This would be the one. Right here. I'll walk through it to give you guys an idea of what these areas look like before we start to, you know, really sink our teeth into it. And I mean, this already has some detailing to it. Oh yeah, and the missing texture as well. Always nice. Skelly boys. But yeah, this is what the game looks like when we don't do anything. Or when we don't do any work on it. Or barely any work. I keep saying no work, but this area has been worked on a long time ago. You know, making the basic layout. But as you can see, no detailing, and very, very rough. Very, very ugly. Where would a hard surface / 3D environment artist apply? If you go to our website, which is www.skyblivion.com, to the right, if you have a look at our menu, there is a volunteer tab. If you click on that, you can fill it out. Your application will be sent to our to our database, and it'll be reviewed as soon as possible. What?
There's no escape.
Yeah, doubt it. Do you want to hear something cool? This is absolutely awesome. Last year I went to Gamescom for the first time, and I met a fan of the Skyblivion project, and the guy actually gifted me a real iron dagger based off of the Skyblivion design. He made an iron dagger himself and gifted it to me, and it looks almost exactly like this. And I have it on my desk next to me. I can't really show it off. I wish I had a webcam for these kinds of things. But it's so cool, and it has its own little wooden case as well. That guy, he's so nice. He actually works on Beyond Skyrim. I'll never forget that. That was such a cool thing. I remember texting him when I was on the floor walking around trying to find him. It's always kind of awkward because you never know what the guy or the girl looks like. You've been talking to these people for years, but you don't know who they are. In person, you only know their usernames. So apparently we walked past each other quite a few times, but we ended up fighting each other. Spent the rest of the day just walking on the Gamescom floor, and got a few drinks after the event. It was an awesome day. Honestly, one of the best experiences in my life. Can you make an Instagram post of the dagger? Actually, yeah, sure. You know what? I'll do that in a little bit. Okay, I got a cool idea. I'll get to a different area though before I do this. Damn it, is this a dead end? No, but I don't want to walk all the way around. Too lazy. Does Bethesda support this project anyhow? Somehow, I think I meant to say. Yes, it does. We're actually featured in their... we're actually featured in their upcoming blog post for next month. I really should heal myself before I die. Oh. That's not healing. And I was actually fortunate enough to talk with Pete Hines Last month when I was in the United States for PAX. And we talked about the project a little bit, and there's a lot of people rooting for us at the office. They all know about the project. They're all supporting it. They're very cool about it. Oh, it was you?
Now you're mine.
Sorry, dude. Yeah, I'm very bad with usernames, but it was great meeting both you guys. I wish we had more time though, but there were so many people I was meeting up with that week, and I didn't spend enough time with any of them, to be honest. The only one I spent enough time with was Mackenzie, or Camelworks from YouTube, because we were staying at the same hotel. But it was fantastic, and dude, awesome that you're actually in the stream right now. Please do tell Sam I brought up his dagger during the stream today. Looks so drab with the current weather. I mean, it's kind of like a snowy area, so there we go. Isn't that better? Oh.
I'll kill you if I have
Oh, Sam, you're here. Dude, awesome. Yeah, dude. Thanks again. That gift was unreal. It was amazing, and I'm super impressed you actually know how to smith weapons. That is such an awesome skill. I wish I could as well. Absolutely fantastic. I'll take a picture and post on Instagram in a second. Because people wanted to see it and I can't really show it off easily without a webcam, so we'll do this instead. I'll probably do it in front of Bruma. Okay, everyone. I'm gonna show you something cool. Actually, no, fuck that. We're gonna go to the Imperial City. In front of the Imperial City. Could you go into Bruma? Sure. I'll put the dagger on my to-do list. Whoa. Well, for your first weapon, it looks fantastic, dude. Don't sweat it. I'm super honored I was able to receive it. This is the inside of Bruma. A lot of the architecture in this area was provided by Marcus from the Beyond Skyrim project. He does a lot of their architecture. Super nice guy, very talented, and you know, it looks fantastic. What's really cool is that, as with Anvil, we expanded the city, made it bigger than it was in Oblivion. We came up with a really cool concept for this city. Ignore the bugged roads, by the way. That's fixed for next patch. We came up with a really cool concept to make Bruma a bit more unique compared to the original, and we added this very cool lower class district in the lower area of the city, which I think is really fucking cool. You know, you can literally look down on the people were unfortunate enough to live there. Has the Leywin design been decided, like the original design versus the in-game? We'll have to go with something in between. We have D-Keys currently working on the redesign of that, and I think some of it is actually in this merge. We can show off some of it, yeah. Are you adding new quests? There's a couple of quests that we have restored, that were cut from Oblivion. But let's just say our focus is on the main game first. That's our priority. We're adding maybe some extra padding later, but for now, oh. Whoops. Yeah, that deserves some Fs in chat. Thanks, Cat. Knights. Thumbas. Appreciate it, guys. We took a mad tumble there. Let's see if I can do it again, but this time not die. There we go. Another transition area. I just want to get past it because it's not that good looking. There we go. Like I can't undo it now. Shit. Fuck. Okay, so the way to fix your speed is to actually run. Sprint. I can't sprint. Fuck me dead. Come on. There we go. Okay. It's normal now. Okay, we're good. We're good. Sonic is dead. Long live the king. Oh. Okay. Actually stressed me out a little bit. Oh. Is that using the new armor? No. No, I don't think so. No. Is it? No, it's not. This is probably my second favorite area of the game. Simply because it's so... This is like the most high fantasy in any Elder Scrolls game so far, excluding ESO. But like, very dense, lush grass fields. The massive Imperial capital in the background. It doesn't get better than that. Do I still have God mode? I think so, yeah? Yeah, we do. Thank God. Mode. Haha. What time is it where you guys are from? Like, for me right now it's 6 p.m. And I know when we started the stream, we did a little round of people telling me where they were from. And you guys are from all over. 1 p.m. 11 a.m. Is that 11 a.m. on Sunday or Monday? Sunday then, right? Do we plan to change the user interface? Yes, we actually have a new UI made and ready already. Here's a quick look at the general design. And this new UI will be used not just for the inventory, but for the compass, for everything. It's just not implemented completely yet. Planet Earth. On a Sunday. Gotcha. Ah, stuck. Dagger of Discipline looks sexy. Oh yeah. Let's get rid of the magic. It is a nice dagger, yes. Are the short and long swords brought back? You tell me. Jad longsword versus virgin short sword. I actually like the short swords because they're a bit faster, making it easier to block incoming blows on time. Oh no, where are all these rocks coming from? That's not supposed to be here. Okay, we're gonna do something really cool in a second. I'll finally show off the dagger. Hey, not? Ow. God. Hey, Simtar. How's it going? How's it going? A rebel in the flesh? Oh, yes. As fleshy as ever. Why are all these raw? It has to be something to do with my save file. This is not here. Actually, D, can you do me a favor and check real quick if these rocks are here? Okay. Okay, so check this out, right? I'm gonna post a picture on my Instagram real quick. No, that's not the right one. God. Give me a second, guys. You're in bed? Oh, okay, no worries. I'm gonna take a picture. I'll put it on my Instagram. Hard to get this right. Okay, there we go. In the meantime, I'll give you guys something cool to look at. The backside of my armor. Pretty cool. Are you kidding me? This is the settlement of Way. That's what it's called. In original Oblivion, it's just the inn and the little cottage over there. We added a lot more houses to it and a little farm. Because, you know, it's right next to the Imperial City, so you'd think there would be more people trying to populate the area. You know, sell goods. There's a smith over here, there's a general store over there, there's another inn, another farm, a fisherman, and a lumber mill down the road. Okay, cool. Sorry this takes long. Here is the dagger. Okay. I'm gonna put the YouTube chat on slow mode for a second. There's a link for you guys to the Instagram post. Is there a better way to share this? Sorry, I'm such a noob when it comes to Instagram. Maybe this link is a lot shorter. Yeah, this dagger was made by Sam. You know what? Fuck it. I'll put it in the I'll put it in the live stream description, so I don't have to keep sending it. It's getting buried on YouTube, so I'll just do this. It's now in the description of YouTube if you're wondering, and I'll release you guys from slow mode. There we go, and I'll go back to the game. But yeah, for those wondering, the link I just posted is is the Iron Dagger made by Sam. Awesome dude from Germany who is not only a 3D artist but also a weaponsmith. And he made that dagger for me and gifted it to me last year at Gamescom, which was a surreal experience. Absolutely amazing. It made my year. No doubt about it. How dare you stream for this long without revealing that you're a grade A snack? What does that mean? Might be lost in translation a little bit, but snack is in I am edible? Anyway, yeah, the guy Sam is both a 3D artist and, you know, actually he's able to make in real life what he designs using software. And that's what he did with the dagger. And it's fantastic. He's talking himself down, saying that it's not that good and it's the first thing he made or forged. But I call that talking shit to yourself, and I think it's fucking amazing. It's my prized possession. It's always on display in my room. It's my pleasure, dude. Thank you so much for gifting it to me. It means the world. How will the spells work? Oh, unfortunately, I don't have a spell package installed, but we have someone who recently remade most of the spells in game, and they're working very well. Or oh, I think you're actually you're asking about spell crafting. Spellcrafting is something that we are working on. We hope to restore it, but you know, time will tell. We can't say at this point. Are you planning on changing the icons on the minimap? Yes. Our UI has been completely remade. You'll be happy to know that I myself designed and made 2 map markers as well for the Imperial City. So that was my contribution for the last 3 years. Love the flowers in this area. Is that Volendrong on your back? Yes, sir. Good eye, man. Not sure what to call you because it's 4MA40 is not really easy to pronounce. But that is Volendrong actually. Good on you for noticing. Yeah, this is the new Volendrong Warhammer. And it is a beaut. Oh yeah, actually let's do a pop quiz. Who can tell me where Volendrong comes from? Or what its story is? Specifically, I would like someone to tell me. No, that's too spoilerish. Hey Ravana, thanks for stopping by. I'd rather not say anything on that subject, but we do have some really good weapon artists for sure, yeah. This is another cool little settlement that's added to the game. Made by Clef J, with some lovely missing textures that kind of ruin the whole thing. There we go. Yep. Alright, DH, you win. If only I was a real streamer with a real budget, I would have gifted you like a game, or a sticker, or a t-shirt. But yeah, Volendrong was used by Trinimac, by a Dwemer, who threw it all the way to Hammerfell, which is where Hammerfell got its name. Why am I walking so weird? Oh, it's fixed. Kira, you get a sticker as well. I'm not sure about the name Trinimac. I do know it was the Dwemer. I mean, I'm no lore god either. I do have a couple of Elder Scrolls books. Have you added more people to the Imperial City? I always remembered it feeling empty. No, we haven't added any NPCs yet. That's something that that we'll save for the last parts of development. I think the Ludist made these fires, which are really cool. The UI getting an overhaul has been in the works for 2 years, I think. We were always gonna do the a new UI. Because Skyrim simply feels too dark and I almost want to say sad. Skyrim's UI is so bleak, which I guess is a good fit for Skyrim. But Oblivion is all about color. About fantasy. So the original UI, it was never a priority to replace the UI. I'll start off with that. But it's fairly easy to do. The big problem comes from implementing UI. That's pretty hard to do. You probably get asked this a lot, but have there been more or less people working on the project since COVID? I think it's kind of steady. We've had people drop out, or well, not drop out, but go on temporary leave because of COVID. Because in their jobs, they are now required to work full time or work on the weekends, or simply take care of their parents or a loved one. And we've also had people who now have a lot more free time on their hands and want to contribute more. So it's a bit of both, and I think it evens each other out fairly well. I'm not gonna lie, I wouldn't say loved, but it would have been nice if a lot of people all of a sudden were stranded at home and had nothing better to do than work on the project. But alas, we still have lives. I myself have a full-time job, which has actually gotten more hectic since COVID. And I'm writing a thesis as well, which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of butchering it right now. Like it's not on my my highest priority when it comes to things to do. Skyblivion is kind of a disease in that way, that I always make time for that, even when I should be spending more time on other things. But oh well, what are you gonna do about it? The guys in Discord were trying to get me to do navmesh. I've strongly considered learning and helping out. Oh, cool, dude. Yeah, we can really use more nav measures. What is your thesis topic? So I'm currently working at Activision in the PR department, and my thesis subject is oh, what's the English word? Let me see. Okay, so what I'm researching right now is the onboarding process between content creators, such as streamers and YouTubers, and Activision. So what they're currently doing to keep people interested in the company, and basically keep them on board. And that's part one of the thesis. Part two is finding out what is currently going wrong in this process. And lastly, what can be improved to try and improve the amount, or like keep more people with the company, keep them invested in the games. And then I'm gonna end by giving a big presentation to my manager and my school, coming up with my advice for them to kind of implement these suggestions that I will be making in part 3 of my thesis. Have you read the Stormlight Archive? I have not. I am not aware what that is, but by all means, let me know. Can you show us the intro and the tutorial sometime? I think once we have a stable quest build, that will be the first thing we'll put on YouTube. It's like a little demo. He said I was gonna die again. Never gonna die. Anymore, anyway. Because I have God mode. Have you thought about letting Shirley kickstart the public release? Lone Vault Wonder? Is that the loan? The Aussie loan? I think when it comes to release, I don't want to, as much as I love Shirley, I don't want to keep others from playing the game. We might do a like a few day period where some of the bigger content creators get access to the build, just so they can help promote and spread the word. And if that's the case, Shirley will be part of it, but that's going to be a team decision. We'll have to think long and hard about how we want to release the game. I think if we just release it to the public, you know, everyone at the same time, it'll do just as well. Or almost as well. I like this little area. It's very calm and scenic. What is the next big stage in development? The biggest upcoming stage is going to be for 3D departments is going to be architecture. We have a new plan to get that done in a short amount of time. But I think for the project in general, the biggest upcoming step is quest implementation, where we will soon have a recruitment video asking for people to please help the project, who have the knowledge required to, you know, actually help get these quests in game, because quest implementation is, it is a massive undertaking. Will your website even be able to handle the surge in traffic when it comes out? I'll make sure that, you know, when we do get to release, I'll pay extra to temporarily upgrade our servers. We'll take precautions, and the game itself will probably be a torrent. So you can just start downloading it without even getting access to our website. Yeah, exactly. The torrent is what we're gonna be using for release. Would you put some animation mod, or is it uncompatible? For the vanilla release, there's not going to be any animation or combat mods or modifications for Skyblivion itself. People can use mods from the Nexus. Now, there's already so many great mods available that it would seem like a waste of time for us to redo those. You can already find them yourself, right? You can already pick from a pretty huge collection of mods that are available. So redoing it ourselves seems not very efficient, and we have bigger fish to fry. Let's see, what area didn't we go to today? I think Cyrodiil. Oh, Blackwood, yes. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, you can see the redesign of Leowyn. Someone asked about that earlier. I would have thought you had some kind of automated way to import NPCs and quests from Oblivion. We have, actually. but it is a very complicated process. D, are you still in chat? Yes, you are. Did you do anything since the last time we spoke? This last merge? This is a massive farm. God. A biggin. If not, I'll move on to Blackwood itself and look at that. Not with Leywin? Okay, in that case we'll move on to the outskirts. Cheers, big boy. Oh, actual ships. Love it. All right, so this is the Blackwood area, one of the murkiest, dirtiest areas in the game. And our landscaper Dikis has been blowing me personally completely out of the water with how good he's making this area look. And look at these are actual swamps. Oblivion was, for those who didn't know, automatically generated the landscape anyway. So it was very repetitive and lacked certain unique features per region. But as you can see, Blackwood is a proper swamp, a proper marsh now. Oblivion's Blackwood was a collection of hills. This area is flat, it's wet, it's covered in mushrooms. Big, what are these called again? Cypresses and cypress knees. You know what this area actually reminds me of a little bit? The city of Laketown from the Hobbit books and movie, I guess. Of course, you know, it's more like a... not even a town, it's a settlement. It's very small. It looks very cool. Can't wait to have a few more NPCs, you know, actually. Oh, okay. I thought it was a bug with a floating boat, but there is a carriage. Let's see. Yeah, crane. That's what I was looking for. Crane holding the boat up. This is a cool little area of Blackwood, because as you can see, there's a lot of visual storytelling going on in this area. So it's clear that something or someone has burned this area to a crisp. And there's these weird gas pools which give you a hint as to what's going on here, because this area is filled with natural gas. So for instance, if we equip flames, I have God mode on now, but that would fuck you up. So I'm really looking forward to seeing Twitch clips of people exploring this area at night with the torch and blowing themselves to oblivion. And this is the abandoned Blackwood Fortress or border wall. Yeah, pretty cool. I think that was Diki's original idea as well. Right, D? Didn't you think of this? Hey, Spyros, welcome. For the people watching on Twitch, Spyros is the guy who made a lot of our armor sets. Let's see. The ebony armor, for instance. He made this armor set. Mithril was done by Borks. He made the shrouded armor, of which the textures are a bit finicky right now. They need to be fixed. Steel armor, of course. Yeah, if you're on Twitch and you see Spyros, give him a little round of applause. I'm not sure if the Dwemer armor is in the game yet. I think Borks is someone was working on implementing it. I do know that. Is there a jumping skill? No. Athletics is a bit of a game-breaking mechanic. And again, there's other priorities for us to focus on than implementing it, re-implementing it again. Will old magic spells be added to the game? Yes, we actually had someone work or rework all the magic recently, with very good results so far. So that's looking really good. Place a wee bit empty. I'm curious, what is everyone's favorite Elder Scrolls game? And there's no definitive answer, or yeah, no, there's no right answer to the question, and you don't have to say Oblivion. Morrowind is a very good game as well. It really depends on what you like. Skyrim is cool. I have nothing against Skyrim. But if you answer the Elder Scrolls Arena, ooh, no, just kidding. Even the Elder Scrolls Redguard is an accepted answer. There's a lot of Oblivion. I guess I shouldn't be surprised. I mean, there's a good reason why you guys are watching this stream right now. It's not because you hate Oblivion. What about Daggerfall? Is it good? I want to say I played it, but I haven't. I tried it, I couldn't get into it. But Daggerfall Unity looks promising, and it might make it a little bit easier. But it doesn't really fix some of the flaws compared to games from this day and age. This is where we have to go. You bought it on GOG? Which one? I love you all for different reasons. I think I like Oblivion the most. Oh no. We're missing things. Will you remake all the dungeons by hand? Yes. And we actually have a few interior designers in the chat right now who are working on caves, for example. And yeah, they have the pleasure to rework some of them. Oh, I just noticed Lonely Vault Wanderer. Yeah, the Lone Vault Wanderer has a what do you call it? A check mark on Twitch, doesn't he? He's a partnered streamer. Please add headbanging deer as an Easter egg to the fun game. It looks funny. I will agree it looks funny. But I will not add it. Oh, oh my, look how painfully slow that is. My magic is the worst. Better.
That victory is your.
That's right, cool off. Oh no, I'm getting hungry. It's the worst. Hey, thanks Vendetta. Really appreciate the kind words. I'm such a dick, but I always change the weathers to be sunny. I'm just not a big fan of the rain or fog, mist, whatever. This is the way I like my game best. I'm sorry, I'm boring. I'm the kind of guy who goes into an ice cream store or shop and gets vanilla, okay? And I'm not ashamed of it. I'm not. That's who I am, okay? You can hate me for it all you want.
Damn you!
But that is me, okay? Just a bandit-killing, vanilla-loving motherfucker. And DKeys chooses to hate me for it, and I will accept it. For all the people watching right now on what the where the fuck did that come from? Oh my god, he got me good as well. Ouch. Through the neck. Behind us somewhere? Is he hiding in a bush? Fuck it. For all the people watching right now on YouTube and Twitch, we're always looking for volunteers to help us with the project. So if you're a 3D artist, a concept artist, if you are a Skyrim modder, if you have experience with the Creation Club, quest implementation, asset implementation, anything and everything in between. We would love to have you on a team. We're a pretty diverse group of nerds, but we all have something in common, and that's our love for video games. So as long as you can, you know, share that common love, we're very accepting of anyone and everyone. So yeah, if you fit that description, by all means, please consider volunteering. Kinda lost. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. I mean, that's the beautiful thing. You don't have to go anywhere. But I forgot which is the most scenic route to take. Oh yeah, I think the people that are the most hyped for Skyblivion are not the fans and the people waiting for it. It's by far the people working on it, because we know how cool this motherfucker is gonna be when it gets wrapped up. Look at where we are. We're very close to Vilverin, actually, which is the starter dungeon. Wow, damn, we've been streaming for 2 hours. Okay, time flies when you're having fun, right? I hope you guys have enjoyed this a little bit. I tried to answer as many questions as possible. It's not easy, though. There's a lot. Where are you even? Gonna take this. I hate how there's no first person in Skyrim for when you're riding a horse. I don't like third person. I just don't like it. Yeah, stealing a horse from an Imperial Guard, it's a pretty ballsy move. Are the different horse types coming back? Yes. We have Shadow, who worked on the different horse breeds, and he will also be giving them unique stats. So one will be faster than the other, for instance. We all know that Black Horse is best horse in Oblivion. Just passing through. Oh, what a dick move. This is pretty cool. What can you tell us about the interface? We have redesigned the user interface. This is a quick and dirty look at what it'll look like. Same art style will be used for the HUD as well. The artwork is done. It's a matter of implementation. Have you seen an uptake in work on this project with the quarantine at all? Not really. Some people are a lot more active now and others not so much, either because of COVID or because they have new jobs or more time-consuming jobs than when they first joined the project. So overall, it hasn't affected the project that much, neither in a positive or negative way, as far as time commitment goes. It is what it is. We're making good progress on a daily basis. I do feel like the team has gotten a lot closer lately, because we spend a lot more time chatting with each other since everyone is stuck at home, which I think is a really good thing. You know, getting to know the people you're working with a little bit better is never a bad thing, right? So I think that's definitely been good for the project as a whole, but I don't think it really affected progress too much.
Must have run off.
Oh man, I love Skyrim sneaking. Must have run off. Just casually, you know, sitting on my horse, 3 meters away from them. No biggie. Will bounties be regionalized like in Skyrim? I think bounties are... You know what, actually, that's a good question. I'm not sure now that I think about it. Have you been contacted by Bethesda Game Studios? I've actually spoken with a couple of them in person last month. Very nice people. And here we see the slaughterfish in its natural environment. As the slaughterfish makes his way onto the land, he gets stabbed in the face. A little bit bad. A little. Not a lot. Alright. Listen, you beautiful people. I think we're gonna call this stream in a little bit. It's been a fucking blast. It's been really cool talking with all you. So, you know, spam the chat with a bit more, with a few more questions. I'll try to answer as many as I can, and I think that the stream will be ending in about half an hour. If there's a specific location you really want to see, let me know now or forever hold your peace. I'll check out one more location. How much more needs to be done? It's hard to say specifically, but we have a lot of 3D assets left to remake and a lot of quests to re-implement. And also, you know, interiors to remake. But across the board, progress is really solid. Okay, I saw multiple requests for skin grad. I have to kill you though, because else I can't fast travel. Wait, where are we going again? What did I say? Oh yeah, skin grad, right. How is quest scripting coming along? Tedious or faster than expected? Oh, definitely tedious. But it's coming along. What mod are you using for all weapons to appear in your character? It's called... I'm not running any mods on Skyblivion, by the way. What you see right now is how Skyblivion looks, as it is right now. There's no EMB, no nothing, but I do have one mod, and that is something that allows me to have all the favorite weapons like, on my body, physically. I think it's called All Geared Up. Welcome, by the way, Brenda. Welcome to the stream. The best part about Skingrad, though, is by far the castle. Oh yeah, Glarther. That schizophrenic freak. The first time I played the quest, I actually kind of believed him, and I thought, well, he might have a point. He might be right. After all, nobody's that crazy, but they are. Yeah, we'll walk up to the castle. Okay, fine. We'll also check out Kvatch. Okay. You guys win. God damn it. Took the wrong way. Was supposed to go left, but I went right. Story of my life. I should say that almost no work has been done on the castle grounds yet, okay? So keep that in mind. And also the texture is not final. Hey, they're wearing... Actually, one of our 3D artists is working on the new Skingrad armor right now. Really looking forward to that. You say cheese for everyone. Oh, I don't wanna. I've been talking so much, like my voice hurts. I'm sure if I'm gonna yell that, it'll be the end of me. This is what game development's all about, by the way. So she's wearing a robe that clearly has something wrong with it, and it's missing. Also, the lighting in here is awful. Absolutely awful. Okay, here we go. This is more like it.
Yes?
We don't have any of the quests disabled at the moment, just to let you know. Oh, I fucking love this effect. So one of our developers made this really cool weather for when you approach an Oblivion gate. You have all these embers flying around. Really fucking good. Sky doesn't change anymore? Yeah, it does. It's just very gradual. We'll have to speed that up, but yeah, you can see it's slowly starting to turn red. No orange sky. Wait, just wait. Hang on. Be patient. It's coming. But yeah, Oblivion or Kvatch has been completely obliterated. She is a goner. Embers look like they're coming from the ground. Yeah, because the entire ground, like the ground is scorched. Burned to a crisp. And again, this is not final, so don't judge it too harshly. It's a first iteration of the area. See, the sky turned orange, like I promised. Where are we? I told you. Can I get around this without cheating? Yeah, of course we can. Will there be ember effects in the Oblivion realm itself? Yeah, that will be even more intense in the Oblivion realms. Will we have beta testing? No, we have a really large team. So testing is something we can easily do ourselves. You might remember this this area from the trailer from 6 months ago. And when it dawns in fire. And we're back. We do have scamps, but they're not implemented. Am I really that bad? Come on. These are placeholders. Will Sean Bean be returning? Yes. Anyway, I guess that was that for today. We streamed for a long while. No, there's no time, sorry. Yeah, for those who missed that cool Instagram thing, I'll just post it again. I showed the remade or the Skyblivion Iron Dagger and someone who actually forged it in real life and gifted it to me. But yeah, I want to thank all you guys very much for joining us today. If you're watching on YouTube, please join us on Twitch. We'll be raiding someone in a second. But before we do that, if any of you watching are 3D artists, if you're Skyrim modders, if you're interested in game design at all, if you want to build your portfolio a little bit, you know, we do have a volunteer form that you can check out. We're always looking for new people, so you know, keep it in mind. Think it over. Join us. No, but seriously, guys, thank you so much for the support today. There have been a lot of people, and we really appreciate you guys showing up and hanging out, asking questions, letting us know we're doing very well. It's really great. So everyone, you know, take care, stay safe, stay at home, Let's sit this crisis out, and we'll come back stronger and better than ever. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah. Let's see who we can raid, shall we? Has to be someone streaming Oblivion, of course. This guy looks pretty nice. Silly samurai. Okay, we found our victim. Please, please, please be nice, okay? Treat this guy well. Let him know the Skyblivion project sent you. And again, for people on YouTube, join us on Twitch. Thanks for the follow, by the way, appreciate it. Also, while you're at it, check out the streamer tab on the Twitch panel. A lot of our other streamers or developers actually stream on their own Twitch channels. Give those a look. And yeah, again, thank you guys a ton for joining us today, and we'll see you in the next one. Alrighty, bye bye.